Hi, my name is James Alexander, and I will be discussing the cultural differences between United States schools and Chinese schools. Hong Kong has been one of the most prosperous cities in the world for many years. The idea of Hong Kong being returned back to China was frightening for many Hong Kong natives in the early 1980s. However, the handover turned out to be a memorable moment for most of the citizens. Today, Hong Kong is no longer a colony of Britain, and natural Chinese citizens are holding most of the top positions in the government today. Not only are the political and economical issues have been changed, but also the school systems as well. Before 1997, most subjects at schools were only taught in English. Although it has been hard for students to learn new material with their second language, they have been pushing themselves to move and get along with it. However, after Hong Kong was returned, many of the secondary schools have been forced by the Hong Kong government to change almost all of their subjects back to Chinese. It is true that the contents of the book would be more understandable for the students, but the sad thing is everything would go back to English at the universities, which would be a pain for the students. Studying styles in Hong Kong is different than the United States. Most of the people in the US pay more attention to processes, while Hong Kong students mostly focus on the result of the courses. In average, students in Hong Kong usually don't do much work between the first day and the last 2 weeks of the semester, but they will put all of their efforts in the last couple of weeks to cram for the exam. It is because the schools do not pay a lot of attention to the students who achieve a high score, but he or she will be an A student. It is true that having good scores on exams is what every student should strive for. However, the schools in the US seem to have more genuine human warmth than the Chinese institutes. Many teachers pay attention to the learner's thinking skills. The final outcome is somewhat less important than how to go through the task. As we see, there are many A projects, but with many failing products. Therefore, there are many projects that needs teamwork in the schools here than the ones in Hong Kong. The US cares about the equality, the US cares about the quality of group work assignments and presentations. Chinese students think it is unwise. They began to suspect the quality of the teacher, thinking he or she is lazy, rather than reading every paper and correct exams. Chinese teachers prefer to just listen to what the teacher has to present. US students also waste a lot of time meeting with other group mates when they spend all of their time chatting with each other than actually doing the work. US attentions are on how to US attentions are how to present yourself in public. Instead, this is what I think is better than the way of learning in Hong Kong. I believe that most students in Hong Kong will not have many chances to practice presentations until they get to college. For myself, even though I am not an excellent student, I have been really pushing myself hard to achieve all of my goals. My life during this time should be tight and busy according to Chinese traditions. By this time, I should be well into my career with the family and children by now. However, with me being a US native, I have experienced life in my early 20s instead of straight off to a higher institution of higher learning. Involving yourself in this world because experiences sometimes outweigh what you learn in the classroom. Thank you.